This is insane. Just when we thought Hollywood scandals couldn't get any messier, boom, a full-blown protest right in the middle of Blake Lively's big night.
Blake, what does it mean to be back with Anna?
Oh, it's the best. I'm so happy.
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again?
Oh, we're talking about you.
Picture this. It's the highly anticipated premiere of Another Simple Favor at the prestigious SXSW Festival. Cameras flashing, fans screaming, but instead of just the usual red carpet glam, there's a protest unfolding right outside. And at the center of it, none other than YouTuber and controversial commentator Colonel Kurtz, boldly holding up a sign calling out Blake Lively directly. You heard that right. Blake was protested at her own premiere. And trust me, this isn't just some random internet drama. This situation has deep roots, involving a massive Hollywood legal battle, shocking allegations, and behind-the-scenes cast tensions that are boiling over in real time. From Blake's ongoing $400 million lawsuit nightmare to whispers of Anna Kendrick despising her co-star, this premiere had everything, except the usual red carpet fairy tale. So, what really went down? Who is Colonel Kurtz and why is she protesting? And most importantly, how did Blake Lively react to being humiliated on such a massive stage? Buckle up, because we are diving deep into this Hollywood meltdown. If you remember, the first film, A Simple Favor, released in 2018, was a stylish, twisted thriller that took audiences by surprise. Starring Blake Lively as the mysterious and elegant Emily Nelson and Anna Kendrick as the seemingly naive but cunning Stephanie Smothers, the movie was a mix of dark humor, suspense, and jaw-dropping betrayals. It became a sleeper hit, with audiences obsessed over Blake's fashion-forward, Hitchcockian femme fatale character, and Anna Kendrick's gripping performance as a single mom-turned true crime sleuth. With its unexpected success, a sequel seemed inevitable. Fast forward to 2024, and here we are. Another Simple Favor is finally happening. This time, the stakes are higher, the drama is deeper, and the scandals absolutely off the charts. The sequel, once again directed by Paul Feig, was supposed to be a glamorous comeback for the franchise. But instead of being a celebration, the lead-up to the film has been overshadowed by a bombshell legal battle involving Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds. And if that wasn't messy enough, insider reports claim that Anna Kendrick wants nothing to do with Blake, despite the studio desperately trying to push a fake narrative that the two are great friends. If you thought the scripted betrayals in A Simple Favor were wild, the real-life Hollywood drama behind this film is so much worse. But the real kicker? The SXSW premiere was supposed to be the red carpet moment that saved this film from all the negative press. Instead, it turned into a spectacle, not because of the movie, but because of what was happening outside. Protest signs, angry whispers, a YouTuber making a bold statement against Blake Lively, and suddenly, no one was talking about the film anymore. This was no longer just a movie premiere. This was a public takedown in the making. It all started when actor and filmmaker Justin Baldoni, best known for Jane the Virgin and his role as a director-producer, was hit with shocking sexual harassment allegations while working on It Ends With Us, a film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. At first, this seemed like yet another Hollywood scandal, but then things took a turn, a very messy, very expensive turn. Baldoni fired back with an explosive countersuit, suing Blake Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist for a jaw-dropping $400 million, claiming they were behind a smear campaign designed to ruin his career. This lawsuit, it's huge. Baldoni isn't just saying the accusations were false. He's claiming that Blake Lively personally orchestrated the attacks against him, allegedly spreading damaging stories to major media outlets to sabotage his reputation. He insists this wasn't just a random attack, but rather a calculated move to eliminate him from the industry and boost her own standing in Hollywood. And here's where it gets even wilder. Baldoni's legal team says they have evidence linking Blake, Ryan, and their PR team to what they call an orchestrated defamation campaign. If this lawsuit holds up, we're talking about one of the biggest legal losses in modern Hollywood history. $400 million in damages is no joke. And for Blake Lively, who's built her brand on being the effortlessly stylish, relatable, cool girl, this could be a career ender. And the worst part? The timing of it all. The lawsuit exploded just weeks before the SXSW premiere of Another Simple Favor, completely hijacking the film's press tour. Suddenly, no one cared about the movie anymore. All anyone wanted to know was, did Blake Lively actually do this? Did she manipulate the media to destroy Justin Baldoni? Is she really the innocent Hollywood sweetheart we thought she was? Or is this a major power play gone wrong? And trust me, Blake knew how bad this was getting. Insiders revealed that she was terrified to step onto the red carpet, dreading the backlash, the media firestorm, and worst of all, the people who were showing up just to call her out in public. Because while Blake was trying to put on a glamorous front, front, a certain YouTuber was making sure no one forgot about the scandal, and she was doing it in the most public, brutal way possible. So imagine this. It's March 2024, and the Another Simple Favor premiere is supposed to be Blake Lively's grand return to Hollywood's elite spotlight. The venue? The iconic Paramount Theater in downtown Austin, a prime location for major film premieres during the SXSW Film and TV Festival. But instead of just glitz, glamour, and carefully staged photo ops, there's something else outside the event. Something that Blake Lively definitely did not want to see. As the A-list guests begin to arrive, a small but highly noticeable protest is unfolding right at the entrance. And leading the charge? None other than Colonel Kurtz, a controversial YouTuber and outspoken critic of Hollywood's hypocrisy. She's not just some random internet personality, she's someone who has been deeply involved in exposing celebrity scandals, especially when it comes to the Me Too movement and its impact on Hollywood. If you followed the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp trial, probably seen her deep dives before. She's been a vocal supporter of men falsely accused in Hollywood, and now she's calling out Blake Lively, right to her face. And let me tell you, she came prepared. Right outside the SXSW venue, Colonel Kurtz is holding a massive sign that reads, "Justice for Justin Baldoni. Blake lead." Ouch. It's one thing for social media to turn against a celebrity. It's another thing entirely for someone to take that energy to a public protest, right outside their own movie premiere. This wasn't some casual internet drama. This was a real-world call-out. And if that wasn't enough, Colonel Kurtz wasn't alone. Multiple people started taking photos and videos of her protest, and before Blake could even make it down the red carpet, the footage was already going viral on social media. Fans, reporters, and even some attendees at the premiere were seen whispering about the sign, snapping photos and circulating the moment in real time. Blake's PR team was likely panicking behind the scenes, but the damage? Already done. Now imagine Blake Lively walking out of her car, stepping onto the red carpet, knowing that people outside were literally protesting her name. Imagine the internal panic, the forced smiles, the way she probably had to pretend none of this was happening as cameras flashed. You can even see it in the pictures. The tension, the barely there, forced Hollywood grin. The whole moment felt less like a glamorous movie premiere and more like a high-profile damage control operation. And here's the real kicker. This wasn't just about Blake Lively anymore. The entire Another Simple Favor cast was being dragged into the mess, including Anna Kendrick, who, if rumors are to be believed, was already beyond done with Blake. So, while the premiere was technically happening as planned, the real story wasn't the movie. It was the humiliation happening outside, and things were about to get even messier. If you're unfamiliar, Colonel Kurtz has made a name for herself exposing what she calls the hypocrisy of Hollywood's Me Too movement. She was one of the loudest voices defending Johnny Depp during his trial against Amber Heard, digging into court documents, dissecting media narratives, and ultimately proving how one-sided the Hollywood machine can be when it comes to scandal. And now, she set her sights on Blake Lively. But what made this protest so shocking wasn't just that she showed up, it was how she did it. Dressed in a simple outfit but with a bold statement on her chest, Colonel Kurtz wore a custom t-shirt with the words, "Blake lied." And if that wasn't clear enough, she stood right outside the theater, holding up a massive sign that read, "Justice for Justin Baldoni. Blake lied." This was not subtle. She wasn't there to blend in. She was there to make a statement, and boy, did she succeed. Video footage of Colonel Kurtz protesting spread like wildfire across social media. She even documented her own journey to the event, posting a video on X, formerly Twitter, telling her followers, "If you're at SXSW in downtown Austin, look for the girl with the camera, mic, and this sign." And guess what? People did. Within hours, clips of her standing outside the premiere racked up thousands of views, with fans and critics alike chiming in on the drama. Some were praising her for calling out Blake, while others were defending Lively. But one thing was clear, this wasn't going away anytime soon. But what about Blake? How did she react? Well, she didn't. At least not publicly. Despite the massive protest happening right outside, Blake ignored it completely, pretending as if nothing was happening. But those who were there, they saw the shift in energy. Reports say that Blake appeared tense and distracted, her usual effortless red carpet glow dimmed by the weight of the controversy. Fans who attended the event noted that she kept her red carpet time brief, avoiding too many interviews and sticking close to the film's director, Paul Feig. But the damage was already done. This wasn't her night anymore. Instead of the media focusing on Another Simple Favor, the headlines were dominated by the protest, the lawsuit, and the growing backlash against Blake Lively. The red carpet was supposed to be her moment of redemption, a chance to push past the lawsuit drama and reclaim her Hollywood status. Instead, it turned into a public humiliation. And the worst part? This wasn't even the biggest problem Blake was facing that night, because while Colonel Kurtz was making waves outside, inside the premiere, things were just as awkward, thanks to none other than Anna Kendrick. If Blake Lively thought she could walk this off and move on, she was dead wrong. The moment the protest was captured on video, social media exploded, and the headlines? Brutal. Within hours, clips of Colonel Kurtz's protest were circulating all over X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. The footage of her holding up that bold "Blake lied" sign, it went viral almost instantly. The hashtags #Blake Lively lied, #Justice for Justin Baldoni, and #Another Simple Disaster were suddenly trending, and Blake's PR team, they were scrambling. Meanwhile, entertainment outlets jumped on the story, each spinning it in wildly different ways. Mainstream media outlets like Variety and The Hollywood Reporter tried to downplay the protest, simply calling it a minor disruption at the SXSW premiere. Celebrity gossip sites like TMZ and Daily Mail, they went all in, publishing side-by-side shots of Blake's awkward red carpet smile with images of Colonel Kurtz boldly protesting outside. And then there was social media, where the real war was happening. Some users rushed to Blake's defense, arguing that she was being unfairly targeted in a legal battle that shouldn't define her career. Others, they weren't buying it. One viral tweet read, "Blake Lively spent years branding herself as Hollywood's most wholesome actress, and now she's caught up in a $400 million lawsuit and literal protests at her own premiere? The mask is slipping. Fast." Another user wasn't so subtle. Colonel Kurtz had the guts to show up and call Blake out to her face while the rest of Hollywood just pretends everything is fine. This is wild, but perhaps the most interesting reactions came from within Hollywood itself. Because while Blake's closest allies stayed silent, there was one person in particular who refused to play along with the damage control: Anna Kendrick. And let's just say, her energy at this premiere, it was giving "I literally cannot stand Blake Lively" vibes. And the internet noticed. If there was one person at the Another Simple Favor premiere who was not playing along with the fake "everything is fine" narrative, it was Anna Kendrick. And honestly, she didn't even try to hide it. For months, rumors had been swirling that Kendrick and Lively couldn't stand each other, while Hollywood PR teams had been desperately trying to paint them as friends and co-stars who love working together. Behind the scenes, the tension was palpable. And on the night of the premiere, it was written all over Anna Kendrick's face. First, there was the red carpet moment. Photos of Kendrick standing next to Lively quickly went viral. And let's just say, she looked less than thrilled to be there. While Blake was putting on her best Hollywood PR smile, Anna's expression was stone cold, giving off the bare minimum enthusiasm required to get through the event. Fans immediately picked up on the awkward energy, with one viral tweet saying, "Anna Kendrick looks like she was dragged to this premiere against her will. Blink twice if you need help, girl." Then came the interviews, where things got even messier. When asked about working on the film, Kendrick completely dodged any mention of Blake Lively, instead choosing to praise the director, Paul Feig, and her other co-stars. One particular moment stood out. When a reporter asked her, "What was it like reuniting with Blake Lively for the sequel?" Kendrick's response, a long pause, followed by a half-hearted, "It's always interesting working with different personalities on set. Every project is unique." Ouch. That wasn't exactly the glowing endorsement the studio was hoping for. Fans immediately started dissecting the clip, pointing out that Kendrick's tone was icy, her body language tense, and her answer clearly avoiding any real praise for Blake. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more obvious that Anna Kendrick wanted nothing to do with this mess, she was seen leaving the premiere early. That's right, while the rest of the cast was still celebrating. Kendrick was spotted slipping out quietly, avoiding most of the post-screening interviews and red carpet obligations. To no one's surprise, this only fueled the rumors that she was beyond done with Blake Lively. And honestly, after everything that happened that night, who could blame her? Because let's be real, this wasn't just a normal red carpet event. This was damage control in real time. And while the studio was desperately trying to keep things together, the truth was cracking through the surface. Between the lawsuit, the protest, and the obvious cast tension, it was clear that Another Simple Favor was no longer just a movie premiere. It was a Hollywood disaster playing out in real time. And the question now, could this film even survive the fallout?